What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up, man?
Man, this is a long time coming, man, but it's perfect right now.
Man, who you telling? It's been a while. We've been trying to do this for a minute, man, for real.
Now I'm hit, but I feel like this is like the perfect time, bro. This is the perfect time. I feel like starting off this thing I'm doing the Friday Night Live. I feel like you're the perfect person to start out with. You feel what I'm saying? Just because we've been trying to do it for a long time, and the message that I feel like this conversation can hold. We got people that tired of watching the same thing over and over, and the twerking. It's amazing. I love all that, but it's like some diversity in the content. I feel like it's dope. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, first I want to start with, man, who is Anthony Gurley, man? Like a lot of people do know who you are, but just give a brief preview of like who you are. Who is Anthony Gurley?
Oh man, hey, first of all, I gotta shout my man C out for those words, man. Love you, bro. You know, we go way back, man. Been 100 from the start, from the start, man. So I definitely appreciate those words. But just give a quick rundown of who I am. I'm Anthony Gurley. I'm from Roxbury, you know, born and raised here. I was a Metco student, so I've been in, you know, I went to Newton Public Schools my whole life, since like first grade
Yep.
to 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? So that might explain why, you know what I'm saying, some people may not have seen me around in school, or you know what I'm saying, just know me from the traditionally being around, because I was in Newton. I went to school in Newton, but you know, had a very successful high school career. Was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to Wake Forest, go down to North Carolina. I played there for a year, and then I ended up transferring back home to UMass.
Let's walk him through it. Born and raised in Roxbury, man. So, your passion for basketball, like where did that start? Like, did you look up to someone or any player you seen? Like how did you kind of get involved with basketball? What form of love?
Man, honestly, man, well, a lot of people don't know this, but in the beginning part of my life, I grew up in Mission Hill.
Yep.
So, you know, I looked up to those guys like the Wayne Turners, you know what I'm saying, like the
Yep.
Wills, Randells of the world. Like those guys were my idols, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I remember, you know, whenever Will and Stevie was on the scene when I was a kid, it was like the whole city would come out, you know what I mean? And really, it was like a public event, man, for real.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how much influence they had on the city. So, you know, I've really seen them do it at a high level, and that really just inspired me to want to work on my game, man, work on my craft, really just be relentless for it. You know what I'm saying? And get better. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't very good when I was in middle school. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was an average player. You know, I role player. You know what I'm saying? But I just stayed consistent. I just kept working and working and working, and then I really found my niche once I got to high school. You know, I was able to get on the varsity as a
So
freshman,
hold on.
and then
Let's like I said, let's slow walk. So you seeing people
yeah,
coming up when you was younger. You said like, is that better for the echo, y'all? I know they're saying there's an
yeah,
echo.
that
Is
echoes
that better?
much
I
better.
turned it down a little bit. Let me know
Yeah,
if
that
that's
echoes
better,
much
y'all.
better. Yeah.
But yeah, so you seen people like Stevie, Will doing their thing, and so that kind of like formed like, okay, I want to do that. That's something I can do. Appreciate you, Tyreek. So that sounds better. Word. All right. So from that point, when did you start to develop your game and get better? Is there anyone that like helped you along the way to get your game to that certain level to start your name getting out there?
Um, you know, it was just me working on my game, man. Honestly, like I've always been really self-motivated. Um, you know, no one has ever had to tell me to get up and go work on my game. You know, when I remember when I was like 12 or 13, I you know, I used to just go up to the park in the mornings and just work on my game before everybody got up there around 9. I was already up there around 7 working on my game.
Mm.
So, you know what I'm saying? It was just that dedication, man, and me just really just evolving as a player. Hit a growth spurt, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? That all went into it. You know, I grew up in various programs throughout the city. I'm saying, hello, my fault. I grew
No, you good.
up in various programs throughout the city that you know that helped me, you know, take my game to that level. You know what I'm saying? That helped me get to where I got.
Someone said 6 a.m. in the driveway, cuz I remember.
Nah, for real. It
You
was
feel
it
what I'm
was
saying? And
dedication.
that's the things that they don't see. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why way better now. We appreciate y'all on the feedback. But yeah, but that's the type of stuff they don't see, like the behind the scenes stuff. They see all the glitz and the glam, and that's why I really like to do this show too, because they see Aunt Gurley, the final product. Not you ain't even a final product yet, but they see the end product, all that grind that you put in, but they don't remember the kid that was watching Stevie and Gurley and no one knew their name. You know what I mean? So like that's why I like try to tell people over time, like this is the work that happens behind the scenes to get to this. And we don't often see that. And so that's why I have dialogue like this. It's like you get to understand like the meat and potatoes of like how we really got to that point. So you became a name known around the city, and then you hit high school. You feel what I'm saying? Newton North. And that's why I feel like your name really started to ring bells on a whole nother level. And you and Corey Lowe, man, y'all were like, man, y'all were like the big two. Y'all were really putting on for the city. And like I said, that's when your name really started to grow. So like what happened during that time when you putting in all that work and now you get to high school and now people are starting to like recognize you and you're now Anthony Gurley. You're Gurley now. You feel what I'm saying? You getting your name solidified. How did that feel for you? And what was that transition like?
Man, it was a pretty surreal experience. I'm not gonna lie. I still look back sometimes and I just, I often reflect and I'm thankful, man. I'm truly thankful, truly blessed for the journey. It's definitely been an amazing ride. But just taking it back to that time, I mean, like I said before, I was able to, make the varsity as a freshman. I started varsity as a freshman. And that kind of like set me up, you know what I'm saying, to start gaining more recognition, especially here locally.
Yep.
And then, with that and the combination of me playing for BABC, it was kind of like I was able to really just elevate from there. You know what I'm saying? It was all on me now. Like I play well, you know what I'm saying? My team wins, we elevate and that was
So
pretty much it.
so when you my fault, bro. So you were in high school and you said you made varsity as a freshman. When did your name really start to kind of get out there in high school? What year was that?
So I had a good freshman year. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I played really well. My team, we did so. I think we might have lost to Brookline in the first round or second round of the tournament or something like that.
Yep.
But it really came sophomore year, honestly. Just them battles with Brookline, playing against Jeff Adrian. We lost to them that year. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
in the multiple times that we played against them, I showed well, and word started to travel. I followed that up with a successful AAU season.
Yep.
My sophomore year, we had a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? We went to the finals of the Peach Jam. We ended up losing in the finals to the Peach Jam, but I started to get recognition at that time. I started to get offers. You know what I'm saying? Schools was jumping
As a
on me.
sophomore?
As a sophomore, yeah.
Wow. So
I had a couple offers as a freshman, but they were just local offers. But
D1
sophomore
or
year,
what division?
yeah, Division One,
Wow.
yep,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
But sophomore year, that's when schools really started jumping on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And really just started their recruiting process and courting me.
So before we move further, I gotta give you flowers real quick, man. If you're tuning in, man, this is the After Hour TV, man. It's our newest segment, Friday Night Live, man. I'm here with Anthony Gurley, man. If you don't know him, man, he's a Boston legend, man. He solidified his spot in the city, man, and putting in work and not only putting on for himself, but now giving back to the youth. And so we're just going through his timeline and his story of things he went through, trials and tribulations, all the good times, down times, you feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate everyone for locking in with us. So who is some of the tough notable names that you went against as a sophomore? Maybe in the city or around the country in AAU. You just take us back to that time and some names that maybe people know now.
Oh man, we played against so many different people. It's kind of hard to name, but like I said, locally, Jeff Adrian, he was definitely tough. Um, they were in the same league as us, so every time we played against them, it was a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? That year, his senior year, which was my sophomore year, they were a little bit more stacked than us, so they ended up taking us out. But You know, I'll never forget those battles. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, locally there was just a bunch of other good players, especially in the city. You know, around that time, obviously, you know, the Charlestown dynasty was still there. They was, you know, still in the midst of their run.
Who did they have over there at that time?
C-Town?
Yeah.
My sophomore year? I don't, you know, remember offhand, but
Yeah.
come on, I know they had a dynasty, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's a
Like that was
fact.
the like my junior and senior year, that was the only team that we lost to. You know what I'm saying? We lost a close game to them. We went 56-1 in 2 years. So like,
Was that the year Tony Lee was over there?
nah, T Lee was gone by then, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to
Okay.
T League Watts, man. Shout out to T League,
Shout
man.
out to
Winning
T
on
Lee,
this side,
man.
man, for sure.
We gotta get him up here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Is that
I know that. Go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro.
I know that year that we played them, they had like Red, they had
Ooh.
Jay White on their
Mm.
team, Lee was on their team, a couple other, you know what I'm saying? A couple other
Yeah.
dudes. Yeah, a couple other dudes. I think Dez was on their team.
Okay. Shout out to my bro
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, definitely. So
So at that time, you come out smoking, man. You made the varsity team as a freshman, sophomore. You even elevated even more. Before we kind of get into junior year, well, we'll get into junior year because I want to get into something on that. But you're entering your junior year. What is your mindset in that summer? Because I want if kids are listening right now, it's all about the summers. That's when you really get your game right. Like during the season, it's great. You know what I'm saying? But summer, my pops always told me, come back better than next year that you was the year before. Add something new to your game. I was a shooter. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm working on different stuff now. I'm maybe working on my catch and shoot. I'm working on my shooting off the dribble. I'm going even deeper now because I was kind of short. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just working on something, adding something in that next summer. So when you was a sophomore, right? What was that summer season? I mean that summer of your sophomore year. What was something that you want to bring into your junior year? Because that's a vital year right there.
man, one thing that I wanted to, I mean, well, first of all, just to recap the sophomore year, like I said, it was a big summer for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was truly a summer full of growth because, you know, we have made it so far on the AAU circuit. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting all the big tournaments. I'm playing against all of these big time programs. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I went to the I forget, it's like the Nike, it's like it wasn't the All-American because I went to All-American my junior year, but it was like a Nike Jamboree. It was for the underclassmen pretty much. So I'm playing against these guys. I'm on the team with, you know what I'm saying, Greg Monroe. I'm playing against you know, the Kevin Loves, Kevin Durant's, the Ty Lawsons of the world. You know what I'm saying? So these are all guys that I'm just in the midst with. You know what I'm saying? So when I come back to playing locally, you know what I'm saying, my mindset's in a completely different place. I'm thinking now, oh yeah, it's time to eat now.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm getting recognition. I got schools after me now. Now it's all about me. It's me versus me at this point. It's now I gotta lock in and I gotta do what I gotta do what I'm supposed to do. And you know what I'm saying? Fortunately, you know, I was surrounded by some unbelievable teammates my junior year. You know what I'm saying? Corey being, you know what I'm saying, the first. Man, and they just made my life a lot easier, man, for real. So shout out to them, man. NNHS for life.
Definitely shout out to them. You hit a key point, man. I feel like when you in basketball, like once you hit that point where you only focus on your game, that's when you know, like basketball's all about confidence. We know that. You feel what I'm saying? So once you hit that stride where you're not even worried about who you're playing against, you're even playing at these whole bunch of camps. I remember we went to the Memphis camp. And that was a tremendous experience.
Come on, man.
We'll talk about
come
that.
on, man. You bring it back. You bring it back. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Memphis.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
real.
that. We gotta talk about that. I want to get through this high school real quick. But so you enter that time, right? You enter that time in going into your junior year. What is your goal?
To win a state title, man. Honestly, I feel like the previous 2 years, you know, we were a little bit too young. Like we had it, but we were a little bit too young to get over that hump. Now, my junior year comes back. We got a solid nucleus. Guys that have been playing with each other for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? So we can do something now. We can, you know what I mean? We got a solid foundation. We know what time it is. And we got two dogs, honestly, in the backcourt to, you know what I'm saying, to really just get us over the top when we need to. And you know what I mean? So,
So what happened that, because y'all got a, excuse me, at the end of that, not to skip over the junior season, but how did that season end up for you guys?
So junior year, we ended up, I think we went like 23 or 24-1. We lost to Charlestown in the Comcast tournament, but other than that, we ran through the states, man. Fortunately, we went to the Fleet. Well, back then it was the Fleet, the TD now. We beat Lawrence at the TD that year, and then we went downstate, man, to who do we play? Springfield Commerce. But even before that, though, honestly, I feel like that season, the state championship game was our game at UMass Boston. When we played New Bedford, man, I thought that was like the state championship game that year because
so you played against my guy Brian.
Come on, man. B. Rudolph,
That's
man, he was a bad boy, dog. He was a bad boy, man. Shout out to B. Rudolph, man, for real.
So that you said that had the intensity of a state title game?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It was. I think I still got the footage laying around somewhere, but man, talk about UMass Boston, like packed, just their fans, our fans, man.
Let's just talk about like the atmosphere, because I'm gonna just take it. So I know y'all wasn't in the city, but I'm gonna just take it back to that time. So everyone remember that's probably on this line today. Like the cities had a different feel. Even those city games, like high school games, had a different feel. It was real gritty. It was real intense. It was just a level of a spotlight that was on that I feel like is not there right now. But at that time, like I remember going to the cities, right? And I was with my mom, and at the time we was about to go through the metal detectors, right? Homie hit the corner, started breaking. So he didn't know they had the metal detectors. They had a gun on them.
Nah.
Look, 5 minutes later,
real, man.
Chewing, huh?
It's real, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it had that level of like real gritty. You walk in, you see this hood over here, you see that hood over there, you see this pen here. So it's like that level of intensity for a high school player, and then you playing at a statue of a game where it's like it's for the city championship. You're going against these dog players that got everything to lose like everyone else. And I know it's the same exact thing for New North and Brookline. Like these are people that got nothing. That's at the end of the day, they're going back to the hood anyway. So it's like, even though they're going to school in Newark and Brookline and all these places, they're not living out there. You know what I'm saying? So like the intensity of those games, man, I salute everyone that was a part of that time, because that's maybe not be a time that will come back, but it's a chance for us to kind of tell those stories and be able to help the youth and just understand like how we got through it and the experience behind it. Going into your senior year, because I want to keep going with this. Going into your senior year, y'all did some groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did something that was amazing. Can you just talk about like just the mindset of going to that and getting so close to junior year and then senior year? I feel like y'all all the way locked in on it though.
Yeah, man. So we took the states, junior year. We went 23-1. So senior year comes now, and we know it's not gonna get any easier. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that second time around, they're gonna be gunning for us. The bullseye's on our back. So we really gotta lock in. We really had to just fine tune a couple things. We lost a couple guys that year, like a couple key seniors. They left, like our big man, and we had a couple other. I think one of our point guards and one of our wings that had been with us for a while though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
Like my class, 06, we came up under them. You know what I'm saying? But
and what was not to even, we're gonna get into it, but what was the offers at this time? So end of your junior year, what's some of the offers that maybe you were getting and some of your teammates are getting?
So end of my junior year, I was already committed. I already committed to Wake. Actually, shout out to my boy LD, Wake fam. He just tapped in. Shout out to him and the whole Wake fam down there. But end of my junior year, I was already committed. You know what I'm saying? I had already taken my visit. I think I committed like the spring or something of my junior year. So I had got that out the way already, because I know going into the summer and on the circuit, I had already chosen the school. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I went to All-American camp, I had already chosen the school. So I was already out the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so So then going into that year, your thing is just like, man, we gotta just double up. I already kind of committed. Did you already have like a sense of relief a little bit? Like that part is kind of solidified, and then now I'm just focused on this. What was that mindset going into that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, the recruiting process is crazy, man. People just see you commit, but they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty crazy process, man. You as a student athlete, you know what I'm saying, for their families, like, you know, you having all of these schools come at you, and you know what I'm saying, you're forced to make a decision as to, you know what I mean, you make the best possible decision. But
Yep.
man, I definitely felt the relief, you know, going into my senior year, knowing that I had a school I had already signed.
Yep.
And now it's really just time to lock in and secure the legacy, man. Really, that's what senior year was about, man. Just securing the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Two's better than one. So
that's a fact.
you know what I mean? So it was really about just doubling up, just doing something special with my guys, man. '06, man, I was with a group of guys that, you know, we had been in school together and playing with each other for years now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like myself, Corey Lowe, Jason Rice. You know what I'm saying? Like we had all been playing with each other, and you know what I'm saying. So we had already had that chemistry, and we just wanted to end it off on a you know what I'm saying, on a good note, man, on a high, like we did.
And y'all definitely did that, man. Y'all went with 27-0, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, 27-0 my senior year. Yep.
Has that been broken yet or tied?
Nah, it hasn't, man. I mean, not at least not at that school. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has done that. I mean, I know what's the name did well the last 2 seasons. Shout out to Tone Anderson and them out at Lynn English. I know they've been killing it.
I gotta tap on with him, man. I was supposed to
they've been killing it. Tone got it rocking over there, man, for real.
Shout out to everyone on the check-in, man. Shout out to Dez. Shout out to Terrell. Shout out to Isaiah.
My guy Dez. Huh?
Shout out to that's my bro, man. So listen, so the senior year, right? So we got through the senior year, 2 state championships, going away Forest. What I really like to think about is like once you're in high school, right, and your name is kind of buzzing on some certain level, you got people that got the handout. You're the best ever. You're walking on cloud 9. You're walking on water to some people. You feel what I'm saying? And there's people that's coming out the woodworks that never showed you love, never came to your game, none of that. So like, I remember I had a short interview with Terrence Clark at my tournament when he came through. Shout out to him. And I talked to him about that, just about like, just stay with the people that you know are really for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know he's getting on a whole nother level with this internet and him getting recruited and ended up on these sites and stuff like that. But just talk about that for you. Like when you coming out of high school, you get all these recognitions and coaches that want to do this and do that. And then sometime even once you move away and maybe things get tough, it's not the same. So like, if you can just talk about just like how it was for you in high school when you're getting all this notoriety and things like that, and maybe you realizing that when you leave, these same actions are gonna be for the next person. If you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and let me say this.
It's deeper than whatever, but I'm trying not to get too crazy.
Yeah. No, I get it. Let me say this. You know, as far as T. Clark goes, with this day and age, with the social media, with as much exposure as these student athletes are getting, you know what I'm saying? Some of these kids got 200,000 followers on Instagram when they're 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? I think it boils down to you having a solid foundation and a solid team and just genuine people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like people that are gonna hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? You. Tell you when you're wrong. You don't want to be surrounded around yes men. You know what I'm saying? When you got people just trying to be around you because it looks good or it's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's where you end up in trouble at. But if you keep your circle tight, you surround yourself around good, positive, genuine people with no ulterior motives, then the sky is the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like T. Clark, man, he's going to Kentucky, man. This is for the city, for real. Like,
for real.
You know what I'm saying? Best of luck to him, man. I know him since he was a young kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like, it's really just a great feeling just to see someone doing it on that level. You know what I'm saying? From the city. Like, we see these other kids from other cities, they doing it. You know what I mean? But for one of ours to really just be on that stage and be on that level, man, best of luck to him, man. I hope the city gets behind him and really, you know what I'm saying, supports him 110% as they should, man, for real. Because, you know what I'm saying, this is a win for us. This is a win for the city.
That's a major fact. I remember. So he played on my father's AU team in 4th
grade.
Yeah. And then, like I kind of talked about before, now he played in my tournament about 15 years later.
I peeped that. Yeah.
Just like that was deep for me. Like that was crazy. Like played my pops 4th grade, 15 years later, playing my tournament, going into Kentucky, top 3 player in the country from Boston. And the reason that he wanted to really do it and show out is to really give these young kids a sense of hope. And that's what the main thing I love about him is his mindset and like how humble he is. He's signing autographs, he's taking pictures, he's doing all these amazing things. So definitely a big shout out to him. But how are you able to like stay Anthony Gurley though? Because I feel like throughout everything, like you just stayed yourself. You never changed up. You never got Hollywood. You never you just never switched up. Whether you were, you know what I mean, the top person or the person just in the gym hooping. Like you just always stayed Anthony Gurley. So how were you able to do that?
Man, I live by the motto, stay true. You know what I'm saying? Stay true to myself, man. Stay true to the people that, you know, have been with me on this journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm real big on loyalty, man. And you know what I'm saying? Just really just trying to be the best version of myself. Like you said earlier, like I'm not out here trying to be anyone else but myself, man. And I'm just growing, maturing, evolving through life at God, and really just, you know what I'm saying, staying grounded, man. Staying 10 toes to the pavement for real, because life will take you through a bunch of roller coasters, and you know what I'm saying, you just never know. So always just stay grounded, man. Always stay humble for real, and just be grateful, man, because things could be a lot worse.
That's a fact. So you, because I definitely want to. I don't know if you talked about this, you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. But you going to Wake Forest, you just talk about like what happened there, because that was a huge, major thing for the city. Like I said, a lot of people knew you, and like I said, one of your best attributes, I feel like, is always being you, always being humble, always being down to earth. You're talking to young kids, giving them pointers. I remember a couple times we got a couple workouts at the Reggie Lewis Center. You just like, yo, let's go. You feel what I'm saying? So always just being that true leader and someone that is easy to talk to, and someone that's willing to give back since a young man. So if you could just talk about Wake Forest and how that kind of played out for you and what ended up to you moving on to going to UMass Amherst.
Yeah, definitely, man. So I was at Wake Forest in 06, 07 season. Yep. Went down there and I had a pretty good freshman year, actually. You know what I'm saying? For that level, I felt like I did well. You know what I'm saying? In the amount of minutes that I played, I might have played about 15 minutes a game. Had some really good games. Had a couple 20-point games. It was good overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I had the unfortunate passing of my coach, you know what I'm saying? God rest his soul, Skip Prosser. And that just kind of put me back into, you know what I'm saying, like a mind frame that like I wanted to just come closer to home, be closer to my family, and really just be at a school where they're able to come and watch me play. Yeah. So that's when I ended up transferring to UMass, and I finished out the rest of my collegiate career there.
So let's go back to Wake Forest. So that time when the unfortunate passing of your coach, rest in peace to him, and condolences to his family. What was that like for you in that decision-making process? Because a lot of people don't know. You're at a certain college, and the coaches that are there, they want you there. You know what I mean? You're their recruit. You're their guy. You know what I mean? And if that person tends to move on, whatever the case may be, where happens with the transition of a new coach, then they got their other guys. They got the people that they want. They got the people that they recruited. So what came down to you making that decision I know you say you want to be closer, but why may have you not wanted to stay, and people don't really understand the decision making in that process? So if you can kind of just talk about that process of moving on and how that coaching kind of situation works out and stuff like that.
Okay, so as far as, you know, when recruits, well, let me back up for a second, because and let me just give you guys a little bit more background on that and just what kind of went into my decision first, and then I'll chime in on that other part. So I finished my freshman year up at Wake. You know what I'm saying? I had a pretty good freshman year. you know, I went to coach though, and I had expressed to him like, you know, I wasn't really fitting in socially at the school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was still young. I was at an age where I was still maturing. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what it had. Um, I didn't truly understand what it meant to fight through the adversity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And really just stay firm and really just, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like things that I know now, I
Yep.
didn't know them back then. You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact.
So I had spoken to him, and I had expressed to him, you know, my the possibility of me transferring and stuff like
And
that.
this is
And
before his passing.
this is before his passing. Yeah,
Okay.
this is
Wow.
before his
Okay.
passing.
Okay.
So I you know, we had a sit down. He spoke me, him, and my mom. You know what I'm saying? We were talking things over and stuff like that. And you know, I ultimately decided that I'm going to go back to school.
Hmm.
Right. So I went back to school, and I went back with a completely different mindset. I came home for a little bit. I went back to school with a completely different mindset.
Next year.
You
This is
know,
the next year.
this is the summer. This is the summer,
Oh,
like
you went back
that
to school
summer.
that summer.
Yeah, for summer classes.
Got you.
So I'm in school for summer classes, and you know, summer workouts. I'm killing. I'm really evolving, man. Like really evolving. Like I feel good. They're bringing in some new recruits. They have brought in Jeff Teague, who's in the league now. They have brought in James Johnson. Shout out my brother James.
Mm.
Um, they have brought in a couple other guys too, and you know, it kind of really had upped the intensity of the team, and just the level, man. The competition level was high now.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was rising to that competition, and I was honestly like, I felt like that was the best that I had felt since being there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
I'm really coming into my own now. You know, the physicality aspect of it, I'm getting
Hmm.
it. You know, I got a year under my belt. I know what it takes now to play at the ACC level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So um I did that. Um and you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, man, during that summer, that's the summer that my coach had passed. So that kind of like put me
Mm.
just back into a whole, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I was like, man, like that had kind of messed me up mentally. And so that's what kind of, you know what I'm saying, led for my decision to transfer back home to UMass.
Yeah. So, and then when you get to UMass,
Oh, yeah.
what's like because remember they had all right, so we can go back to this before we get to UMass because it all connects. So when we went to Memphis, Ken, shout out to Tyson. Who else went? Shout out to Tyson, me, you, Tyson. Who else was out there?
Man, whole
Herb,
bunch of
Herb,
people
I
was
think
out.
Herb was there.
Was he?
I don't know, Herb. Let's know.
Yo,
Herb,
man, man, man,
dude
them Memphis trips
from
was
Mission, the guard.
who?
Forget his name.
Who?
Um, he's a little guard. He was smooth though. He was smooth. Dang, I totally forgot his name,
Who?
dog.
B?
B.
Who you talking about? B, my guy?
B. Oh my god. B was getting crazy out there.
B Bannister?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's my yeah.
He
He
was
was
getting
on the Memphis trip
crazy
with us.
though. Up
Yeah,
real
yeah.
smooth though. So shout out to everyone that went to Memphis, man. So what happened?
Man,
We
them
went to
Memphis trips is legendary, dog. Hey, man, before we even go forward, though, I got to shout your pops out, man, for real. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Every single interaction I've ever had with him, man, has been nothing but love and positivity. Man, for real. He's an overall solid dude, man. He's just solid as it gets, man. So major shout out to your pops, for real, yo. Definitely.
You already know, man. I told him to do this. I was doing this interview, man. He was like, man, that's gonna be amazing, man. So he
Man,
definitely
every
wanted to
single
show his love
man,
to
that
it.
man, genuine love right there, man. He's a good dude, dog, for real. So
You know,
shout out to that man.
I'll definitely share that. So for y'all that don't know, so what happened? We went to John Calipari, used to coach at Memphis University. And so my pops and Dave Eastman, shout out to Dave too, man.
Easty.
He don't get his credit too, man.
Yo,
I
come
see
on,
kids
man. He put on.
overlook him, man. He don't get his credit.
He put on, man. I give it up to the big homie, man, for real.
But yeah, shout out to them. So they brought a whole bunch of kids from Boston to Memphis University to go to the camp. And just that experience was amazing, man. Not even on top of the basketball thing, but going to the museum,
Yep.
and just seeing where Martin Luther King got shot, and the Rosa Parks, the bus, and everything like that.
Yeah,
So
all of that, man. Historical Memphis, man.
amazing, man. So talk about that experience for yourself, man. You got Penny Hardaway pulling up to the camp. I mean, I remember you pulled up in a brand new G-Wagon. That's when I didn't even know what a G-Wagon was.
Yeah.
Pulled up on 24s, looking crazy. I'm like, damn, this is wild. But just talk about just your experience, because you was older than me at that time, a little bit older than me. So I don't know what year you was at that time, but just talk about that experience for you and what it did for you.
So I have been to Memphis probably about to that camp probably about 3 times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was going summer after summer because that's where all my family is at anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like a large portion of my father's side of the family, they down there. So I was going back and forth.
Not to interrupt you, shout out to your pops too, man. Same thing. He always showed me hella love, bro. Shout out to him. Shout out to your whole family, man. Much love to them, but definitely shout out to your pops, man. He always showed a lot of love. Man. He always showed a lot of love.
Yep. Love is love, man, for real. So I had been down there, so I was able to. The first year I went down there, I remember. That's the first time I ever seen DeJuan Wagner, man.
Oh my
DeJuan Wagner was down there. I remember seeing him. I remember seeing the other dude, Darius Washington, when he was in school.
Both made it to the league.
Yeah.
I don't know
who else. Rodney Carney, the dude.
Oh
Rodney
my
Carney
goodness!
used to jump out the gym. Yo, he used to jump through. I'm seeing this dude when he was in college. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple other dudes that was real tough down there. Them country boys, for real. That this was just rugged and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And thorough. Like they was just ready to get it in.
That's a fact.
They was hungry for it. You know what I'm saying? So me going down there, just witnessing that, just being in that environment, man, sleepaway camp in Memphis, man, playing against them down there. Those are the type of experiences that shaped me as a player and as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you'll never forget those. You'll never forget those experiences. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And then because ended up being the coach, right? Coach Kellogg, right?
So, So let me just backtrack you, and kind of take you through that whole transition or whatever. So I transferred to UMass in 08, and I get there. It's my sit out year. So pretty much all I'm doing is practicing with the team and going to class. You know what I'm saying? Getting acclimated to the campus. Cool. So I get there, and the coach was Travis Ford. So Travis Ford was there that season, and you know they had a very successful run in the NIT that year, and so he ended up getting a job. He ended up getting a job at Oklahoma State. So it was crazy how that went down. Like we had like a team, I think it was like a team banquet or whatever. There was rumors. There was rumors swirling around, right? It's hitters, right? So I get to UMass, and I get there, and you know what I'm saying? It's my sit out year or whatever. So I get there to play for Travis Ford.
Yep.
Right? So the season
you didn't even know. That's crazy. Go ahead.
No, so the season ends, right?
Yeah.
The season ends, and it's our team banquet. And there've been rumors swirling around like that Travis is about to take the job at Providence or whatever, right? So he walks in the banquet, and you know what I'm saying? He pulls us to the side. He's like, guys, listen, I'm not taking the job. I love y'all. I want to do some amazing things with y'all.
Wow.
Yo, that was the last word we ever heard from this dude. 3 days later, we read on ESPN that he took the Oklahoma State job. I said, that was a lesson right there, man. Hey, you can't trust people's words sometimes.
You can't, man. They say when they tell you that you all said don't worry about being traded, man. Next day you out of there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
So then what happened after that?
So after that, that's when DK came in.
Okay.
And that's when DK got the job from Memphis. He's back to UMass now. He's at his old alma mater. Boom.
What was your relationship like before that?
Me and DK's?
Yeah.
So he knew who I was. Yeah, definitely. Yep. I had already knew who DK was. And you know what I'm saying? Because I had been to Memphis camp. He already, you know what I'm saying? And Memphis offered me when I was coming out too. So
I remember that. I thought it would have been a great look.
Yeah. I know. Looking back on it now, you're right, man. Nah, but Memphis offered me, so it was like I was already familiar with DK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was already familiar with some of the other guys on his staff, so you know what I mean. So but shout out to DK, huh?
Oh, shout out to Tidy. Yeah, bro. We were just talking about that Memphis camp, bro. We were
Yeah, we
just
was.
talking about that, man. I still got some pictures from that too. So when you get to Amherst, so what's your mindset now? Because I know a lot of time people may not want to stay in their backyard and play. You feel what I'm saying? But what was that for you though? Coming back to the city, because Amherst is not in Boston, but you're playing a lot closer now. You feel what I'm saying? So how was that for you? That transition when you first got to start lacing them up, getting into the season. What was that like for you?
So my first year playing actually, um, it was a bit of a different experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a new league, first of all. I'm
Yep.
playing with new guys. There's a new coach with a new system, everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is brand new. And I think it was a learning experience that year, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably averaged maybe like 12 points a game or something in the eighth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying, at all. But it was like it was definitely a learning experience that year. I was playing alongside a couple guys that had already been playing with each other, you know what I'm saying? So they was
Yep.
already familiar with each other. And so it took me some time to get acclimated, but once I did, I was good, man. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm gonna get in where I fit in.
Yeah. And you're always gonna be you. That's a fact. You never
Yeah,
change
that's
up. You just
nah.
figure out, all right, where I'm gonna place myself, bang, and then you just always gonna be you. That's what I like about your game. You always find a way, like I said, to just find your niche, but you
Got to,
always gonna
man.
show out how you show out.
Got to.
So you're in that transition, and you how did the first year end going into the sophomore? How the first year ended, and if you could lead me up to the sophomore year.
So now this would be my redshirt sophomore
Not
year.
sophomore. My fault. Yep, you're correct. My fault. Go
Yep,
ahead.
redshirt sophomore year. I think we didn't have a good season that year. We must have been like 500 or something like that.
Yeah.
But junior year was a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and senior year was better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was never great, and it was never like horrible. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We had work to do, man. We had things that we needed to fix, and you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately
So
we
what's
didn't
that
get to that
grind like
point.
for people that haven't played college basketball? Can you just take us through that grind? Because what a lot of people just see is just the games. If you could just maybe talk about just the grind, the mental grind too, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But if you could just talk about just how that grind was of just like in your mindset, like okay, went to Wake Forest, had a good freshman year. Such and such happened. Now I'm at Amherst, about to play my first game. Like, what is your mindset going into this? Like, are you like, I want to go to the league off rip, or like, what is just your mindset going into it?
Well, I was trying to go to the league regardless. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like I
yep,
was
yep,
gunning for that. Like everybody else. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
But when I got there, I was like, I just want to really just make my mark at the school. You know what I'm saying? We had already had a couple guys that was there. Like I said, we had Rick that was there. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? He was already doing his numbers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So we had another point guard, Chris Lowe, was already there. That
mm,
was damn near the one of the all time leading assist. You know what I'm saying? Assist
wow,
guys in UMass history.
wow,
We had Tony Gaffney, who was
mm,
playing in the league. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I played with Luke Bonner, whose brother played in the league. Like
mm,
I'm 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 trying to mesh with these guys. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like I'm coming into a new system. They was already playing with each other, so I was pretty much getting in where I fit in. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh,
As the years went along, the team became more mine. You know what I'm saying? But I had to really earn it. Honestly, I'm not even
yeah,
gonna lie to you. Like
because you're the new guy.
I wasn't the new guy. I was more like just kind of. I was just there pretty much. You know
Because
what
you
I'm
didn't,
saying? I
you didn't
wasn't
get
with
the
the
feeling
old
that
group.
was like, you know how you have a team and then like maybe say add a person, they want to be like, yo, this is our, was it any of that type of like, this is
So
our team type of thing, and you just got to adapt what we got going on?
pretty much, yeah. Honestly, I
That's what I mean
mean,
by the new guy. I mean, no, you know what I mean? Not the
yeah,
saying, you know what I mean? But just the
I had
fact
to.
of like,
I had to get in where I fit in, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to earn it. But hear what I'm saying though. It was like I wasn't I didn't play with those old guys. You know what I'm saying? I went there to play with the coach, but I never got to play with the old guys.
Yep.
So now my redshirt sophomore year comes around, the new coach comes in, and now it's like I'm playing with those guys, but it's for a new coach. And then now the next season he brings in a couple of his guys. So there's new freshmen in now.
With you.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was kind of just I was there, and I had to make my way out. I had to, you know what I'm saying? It was either eat or get ate, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So take us to so I remember that video I posted. That video I posted, man. What did that bring you back to, man? That video, TD Garden. What place did that take you to when you seen that?
Man, that TD Garden interview, that was great. I think we played BC that day. We was rolling at that time too, so I think we was like 7 or 8-0. It was early in the season, man. It was a showdown out there. And just memories that I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? Just memories, just playing on that parquet. Even back to high school, you know what I'm saying? Just playing there. I just got nothing but good memories playing on the Garden, for real. We had the year before that, or 2 years before that, we had beat Memphis at the buzzer at the Garden. So these are all things that, you know what I'm saying, bring back memories, man. And just like the rich tradition of the Celtics. It's like,
that's a fact.
Man, that's a legendary franchise. You playing out on the parquet, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Not a lot of people can say they've done that.
Nah, for real.
So two things I want to tap on. So growing up, did you always want to say I wanted to be an NBA? Your teacher asked you, what did you say you wanted to be? Was it the NBA or?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely the NBA.
And so
I dream big about the league, huh?
What is that like though? Because I mean, a lot of times kids may say it about I want to make it to the league because that may be a good thing, not a good thing to say, but a thing they can just say easily. They don't really have to put much thought into it. But there's other people that say and they really believe it. So for you that I know really believed it and really dedicated their time and their life to basketball, which they love, what was that day-to-day like mindset for you? Are you, when you wake up 6 a.m. in the morning, you're like, they always say, if you don't do it, there's someone else competing for your job that is low. So what was kind of your mindset across your like basketball career? We'll get into like after college and stuff like that, but just up until that time, did you always keep in your head, okay, this is what I got to do to get here. This is what I got to get to. What was just your mindset throughout that basketball course?
Honestly, at that time, man, I was really, like, when I was in the midst of it, sometimes you don't even realize what you're in the midst of, man. You're not even thinking. Sometimes the innocence and you just being so naive is what gets you by. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just like, man, I'm getting better. I'm just trying to evolve. I'm working on my game. And the NBA, it's on the way. I'm gonna get there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give it my best shot, huh?
Were there checkpoints like, okay, first I want to get a state championship, then I want to get a D1 scholarship, and then like, did you have those things that those milestones, those checklists that you have, and each time you're just checking them off the list and then continue to grind to the next?
Nah, honestly, no. I didn't plot on any of that. You know what I mean? This was just me working hard, and it was a combination of hard work and perfect timing, honestly. And you know what I'm saying? When you stay down and you just grind and you dedicate yourself, then great things are gonna happen, man, for real. So that's all that was, a testament to just hard work and dedication, me just not settling for less, me just evolving my game. You know what I'm saying? Just working on my game. So
and I say ball is very similar to life. There's a lot of things, a lot of similarities in between the two. And I feel like once you're someone that is looked at in a certain light and achieved a certain level of success, you get looked at as like a superhero. You get looked at as like there's nothing that can ever affect you. But in reality, those people that have succeeded at a certain level and accomplished certain things, as a lot of times going through some stuff that you can't even believe, and things that they overcame that they don't even share or let show on their face. So this for you, when did you realize you weren't Superman though? When did you realize that you actually can be hurt by this and you do have to go back to the drawing board and you was down to the last and maybe thinking to God, like, God, just get me through this. I swear I'm gonna do this and that. So it was that time, like I said, when you realized you weren't Superman and you know what I mean, you gotta build yourself back up.
That's a good question, actually. I would want to say probably when I left school. You know what I'm saying? Like when you
Weak
leave
first?
school. Nah, when I left UMass.
Oh, okay, okay.
When I was done at UMass, I was done at school. Um, I really feel like for a lot of guys, including myself, it's a reality check. You know what I'm saying? When you don't hear your name get called on draft night, now what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna play this next season? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna go overseas? Am I gonna have a job? What's next up for me? You know what I'm saying? So I think that was kind of the time where, reality really hit me, and I was like, man, you know, I got to fight to get in the league now. I still want to get in, but I know it's going to be 10 times harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now I got to go overseas and I got to take a job over there. I got to go to the D League and grind it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think for me, it was at that time, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of times where people say, oh, yeah, you didn't make it to the league, just go overseas. Like, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just going to, like, down the street or something. Like, no, people don't understand. You're going to some place, you may not even speak the language. You know nobody over there. You're just going off the strength of, okay, this is what they're offering you. You may know the coach that seen you play one time or something like that. So can you just talk about that too? Because people just say it so easily. Just go overseas.
Man,
Like, they don't got to do it. So they don't really care. But if you could just talk about that grind over there and that decision-making that goes into it.
Man, first of all, man, I tell people this all the time. I think it's kind of like it's just looked at as something so simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over here, like Americans, we're like, oh, why don't you just go overseas and hoop?
Facts.
Like it's just that, it's just that simple. Like it's just
Yeah.
that basic. Overseas ain't sweet. It's not sweet, like at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get over the water, they're expecting you to perform at a very high level. They're expecting you to come in and do your job. If you don't, they're going to send you right back home with a plane ticket. Hey, we're all set. We're going to bring another American right in here. You know what I'm saying? It's cutthroat, man. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun and games anymore once you get on that level. Once you playing for a check, it's excuse me, it's a completely different level, man.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your job or we're going to find somebody else to do it for you.
And that's a great point. And so what was that experience like for you though? What are some places that you played at?
Man, I played pretty much all over Europe. I played in Hungary, which is in Eastern Europe. I played in Iceland. I played in Israel. I played in France. I played in Canada for a little bit. I had a couple stops in South America. I played in Colombia. I played in Venezuela. I played over in New Zealand for a little bit.
Wow.
I bounced around pretty much, my whole career. I was bouncing around.
That's
for about 7 years. Yeah, it was good.
7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
Wow. So what is the what's one of the toughest experiences you had in the game, maybe, or even one of the craziest experiences you may have off the court in one of those places, and then one of the crazy experiences you had on the court in one of those places. Where was it and what of it?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I'll start out on the court. Honestly, like I want to say France was probably the craziest place. You know what I'm saying? Craziest place, like on the court. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? I had came onto the team late. I got on the team like midway through the season or something like that. And you know what I'm saying? We was fighting to climb the ranks, climb the standards and stuff. Ended up doing well in what they call like the French Cup finals. So we ended up going to the French Cup finals and really competing, man. And that was probably like the highest level that I have, experienced. Like that was probably like the highest level that I experienced as a professional. And just you know what I'm saying? the game, man. It was just, they love the game over in France, man. They love it over there. It's very competitive. There's a lot of Americans over there, but there's also a lot of Africans. So they're very athletic. And then the natives, like the native French guys, they're very talented as well too. So it's a real good combination of you know what I'm saying? A good combination of competition over there, man.
What I see a lot of times, like, you may see they throwing pennies, they're throwing whatever. Like, is there a time that you had that intense?
Nah, it wasn't that crazy over there. It wasn't that crazy over there. I did have like a pretty crazy experience though. When I was in South America, man. It was South America. It's a little wild over there, man. Especially some of the spots that you go to.
Yeah.
I was in Venezuela last, and I had like a little crazy situation over there. It wasn't like anything you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy, but when I was getting off the plane, like going through customs and stuff, I had got stopped by you know what I'm saying? I had got stopped by like the what's that? The border,
I know you're
the
talking about. I can't
TSA,
even think of
whatever
the
it's
name
called.
right now.
You know what I'm
TSA,
saying?
whatever.
Whatever, their TSA.
Customs,
right? Customs. And so at this time, you know, there's a lot going on in Venezuela. There's a lot going on between Venezuela and the United States. You know, my family was like, "Are you sure you really want to go over there? Like, we don't want you to go. It's not safe over there. They're in the midst of a civil war. There's a lot going on. But I'm like, I felt like it was on my heart to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was on my heart to go. I was like, I want to go hoop. You know what I'm saying? I love this game. I'm going to be fine. God got me. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of mentality that I have. And you know what I'm saying? Thank God I made it back in one piece or whatever, and everything was good. I didn't have any incidents while I was over there. But the first time I got over there, they like pulled me into the room. I'm trying to speak Spanish to them. You know what I'm saying? I got to convey to them like, yo, I'm here to hoop. I'm here to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm showing them like a little visa that I had. I'm like, yo, listen, it's all love with me. I'm here to just hoop. I'm speaking a little bit of Espanol to them, man, just trying to smooth them over. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just let me go, man, for real.
So we don't have to get into specifics and all that, but were there perks of being a professional basketball player in those places?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely, man.
Just for people, I know that some of the, you know what I mean, some of the folks.
Yeah, man, it was. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. It's their NBA.
For sure.
Think about it. It's like you go to some of these small towns or whatever, and you say you go to a small town in like, let's put Hungary for an example, right? Hungary is a country in Eastern Europe. It's right near Serbia, right?
Yep.
So I was in a small city. It was called Szeged, right? So I was in Szeged. So I played for the team in Szeged. So this Szeged's NBA team.
One more time. What you say?
AG was over there like a young Jesus.
That's what I was reading. Shout out my boy.
You're crazy, man. Nah, but man, maybe that's why I'm still, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man. But think about it. It was like, you know, you're in the NBA over there. It was, you know what I'm saying? You get all the perks and stuff like that. The locals really embrace you. You know what I'm saying? You're playing for them, and then you're traveling all over the country, and you know, going to different cities, meeting different people. You know what I mean? It was definitely I love that experience, honestly. Like, especially at that time in my life when I was like 24 to like 27, 28. Like, that was, man, me traveling the world.
Doing what you love.
Doing what I love, man. You gotta understand, I'm a kid from Roxbury. I would have never even imagined, you know what I'm saying, when I was picking up that ball, like at Washington Park, you know what I'm saying? When I was going to No Books, No Ball on the clay courts at the Roxbury Y, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have never imagined the game would take me that far. You know what I'm saying? I would be able to go around the world, meet incredible people who I still have relationships with to this day. You know what I'm saying? Friendships, relationships with to this day. Man, it's been one heck of a journey, man, and I'm just thankful for it.
Man, that's dope, man. I like I said, I appreciate you tapping in with us, man. A couple more things, man. We'll wrap it up. Just talk a little bit about you kind of finding that love of giving back, because you don't necessarily have to. No one has to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just about what we love to do, and it was some time where people that were older than us helped us out and guided us in a certain way. So, when did you kind of start just giving back to the youth and kind of leading them in the right direction? And what are some things that you instill in them and tell them on their basketball journey and life journey?
Well, I think since I've been young, it's always been instilled for me that, you know what I'm saying, you gotta give back, man. You gotta give back to the people that, you know what I'm saying, are following you. You know what I'm saying? And I was a part of these programs. Like I said, I was a part of No Books, No Ball.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was a part of I remember taking the trips with the Lee School to Cincinnati for what's that? I forget the name of that. With Kurt and them and Eric and all of them. You know what I'm saying? I remember those trips, them taking us to trips. We went to Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these are all things that we were involved in that, really just kind of put us in that mind frame always and showed us that when you get to that level, now it's time for you to give back. When somebody gives you the game, you give the game right back. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much that's pretty much where that mindset came from. And so now that I'm in a position to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like give back my knowledge, give back my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do that in at any capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like this past year, for example, was the first year that my company Earn Your Rep, we put together a back to school drive. So fortunately we was able to partner with Adidas, and we were able to give away 125 backpacks. You know what I mean? Stuff with full school supplies, man. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of good, cool giveaways. Man, we was giving away Razor scooters. We was giving away gift cards to like Foot Locker, man. We was giving away cool little Beats headphones, electronics. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool, man. Just putting on for the city, man. Putting on for Roxbury. Roxbury forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like any way that I can give back to the community, to these kids, man. And just, you know what I mean? Let them know that there is a way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got so much knowledge. That's why I feel like the great thing. Shout out to iHoop and Earn Your Rep, man. Like you got so much knowledge and been so many different places. And had so many different experiences. And what I think about like getting older and growth is that like it was that one time. I feel like people that are older and they tell us things. Hey, I remember when I was your age when. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that could be like in one ear and out the other. You know what I mean? But now, being in the position that we are now, when I really see these kids and I train them and all that, I really remember exactly being in their shoes, though. And that's like a crazy, crazy thing that adds a different level of perspective. So, like for you, what are some things that kids come to you and they want to be a professional basketball player? Like, what are some things that you instill in them and you tell them, like I said, are going along their journey?
Well, one thing I run into these days is I feel like a lot of kids, they want to play at the Division I level, right?
Yeah.
That's every kid's dream. That's every kid's aspiration. I want to go D1. I want to go D1. Well, the reality of this situation is everyone's not a Division I player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the goal is, the mission is to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
The mission is to go to school, get an education, make a way for yourself, make a way for your family, change your situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I tell kids all the time, take that D3 offer, take that D2 offer. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got Division I schools beating down your doors for a reason. The main objective is to go to school, get your education, and better your life, man. I tell kids, especially from the city, that are growing up in, you know what I'm saying, in a tough element. I said, the moment you get into school and you get on a college campus, your whole outlook on life is going to change. I promise.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You're getting 3 square meals a day. All you got to do is go to class. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got the possibilities are endless once you get on a college
Everything that
campus,
you
man. I
need
promise
is
you,
at
tell you,
that college campus.
your whole outlook on life will change, man.
That's a
I'm
fact.
telling you, you're looking at things a little bit brighter now. Oh man, this is a different side of life to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I just tell
and
kids to
that's what
really
like
just
I feel like for like when I was kind of coming up, what was kind of pushing our head is D1, D1, D1. You know what I'm saying? But that's like the same thing I tell kids. Like it don't matter what division you play in. Number one thing is that everyone was the guy at that college. No matter if you go to D3, D2, it don't matter. You don't even know their story. They was that guy. They here for a reason. Like I seen D3 players kill D1 players in so many different
yo.
times. So like even I like personally like so it doesn't even matter. It's about like what you're gonna do with the opportunity that was presented to you. So I think that it's
I'm te-
amazing that we continue to kind of instill these things in kids. Like listen, just take that opportunity, make the best out of it. Don't worry about this Division 1, Division 2. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. So it's amazing that you're doing that. Can you
Nah,
talk to
seriously, man. I
Go
just
ahead.
want to chime in about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, I just tell kids, man, go get your education. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out there, take that offer. Use basketball. Don't let basketball use you. You know what I'm saying? I've used basketball as a tool my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been navigating me and it's still navigating me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a free education off of this. I got paid to play, travel the world, and now it's still navigating me with my business. Earn your
Yeah.
rep. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I'm just use that. Use basketball. Don't let it use you. Get your education, get that degree, man, because it's gonna open a lot of doors for you down the line.
And then the other thing too is like what I want to touch on too, like you playing a lot of tournaments. Like we just posted up the BIP 20 tournament, man. And shout out to Michael Bivens, man, for putting that on for the city. But you playing a lot of competitive money tournaments. You got people that are overseas, NBA players, and you always tend to do your thing. You always show out. That last one, we definitely had you hitting a lot of key buckets and doing your thing. So like that atmosphere too, man. That atmosphere is nothing to play with either, though. That brings you back to that real street ball gutter feel. Like, can you just talk about just like you still playing the game that you love, but the high level of competition, and these are people that are professionals of what they do. So we already know how the atmosphere on the outside and watching the game and seeing how intense it is. But what's that for you? What's your mindset in those games and seeing everyone support you? You got the city behind you. You're playing against a tough competition. So just put us in that mind frame.
Man, like it's a surreal experience when you get out there, man. Just getting out there in front of the whole city. Now it's really time to earn your rep. That's where you earn your rep at. Like
Yeah.
when the lights is on, we see who's gonna shine. You know what I'm saying? Like big time players step up in big time situations, and man, I'm just thankful to be able to perform. You know what I'm saying? Just even given the opportunity to perform out there, man, because it's what I'm saying. I'll look back on those games and really just enjoy the experience, man.
Hopefully you blow up some of those pitches, man. You got some iconic pitches, man, that you show your kids down the line, man. Because
Yeah.
those times don't last forever, man. So we got to make sure to cherish those moments. We're gonna tap in with people and take some questions from the people on the chat. But right before we do that, can you just talk to us about your company, man? Earn your rep.
Yeah, man. So earn your rep, earn your reputation. Basically, it's a brand, man, and it's a lifestyle brand that I started. And we tap into a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a basketball brand. We do community involvement. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We got a lot of like I said, we kick things off with the back to school drive. That was our community initiative. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We have the basketball training company branch now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got a lane in that. We also have some things in the works in the future. You know what I'm saying? We got some
Yep.
things in the works. We were really trying to tap in to the creative side of the city, man, to the artists out here in the city, man, to the musical artists, you know what I'm saying, to just regular artists. You know what I mean? We're really trying to give people that platform to earn their reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like I often feel that, talent is overlooked in the city. You
That's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? And we don't support our own. You know what I'm saying? So like we gotta start supporting our own, start pushing Boston products, man, and just supporting each other. That's what other cities do.
Mm-hmm.
They pumping their young artists up. You know what I'm saying? They
They
pumping their
do.
young ballers up. Like we gotta really start supporting each other and elevating each other. You know what I mean? So pretty much earn your rep is just it's just the process of earning your reputation. You know what I'm saying? It's a how can I sum it up for you guys? Because it's definitely so basically it's the environment that we're creating. We're
Yep.
creating a family of believers. You know what I'm saying? That are chasing dreams in their own perspective lanes. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yep.
brings us together. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like that the experience of earning your reputation is what brings people together. And we're just letting people know that you're not alone. You know, we're all out here um, chasing our dreams, no matter if it's different. You know, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an athlete, whether you're an artist, you're gonna have to earn your reputation. It's not gonna be given to you.
That's a fact.
So that's pretty much the message that we're trying to give off.
Man, salute to you for doing that, man. We're gonna take a couple of these questions. Hold on one second. So we got one that I did see. Hold on one second.
Shout out to Rich Joyce, man, my guy, Wake fam right there. I see you, Rich.
I did see what was more lit, Wake Forest or Amherst.
I mean, it depends, man. Socially, UMass was, but basketball wise, Wake Forest, no question. Man, we playing in front of 14,000 fans every night. That's in the ACC.
And another question I seen. Shout out to Tidy. I'm gonna shout out whoever asked the other question, but I don't see it right now. But shout out to Tidy, man. No books in the ball. What other schools were close to get you besides UMass? What's that transition from Wake Forest?
Oh, I was looking at a lot of the local schools, man. Providence was an option, but they had a lot of guards at that time. Um, and honestly, Northeastern, for real, like
Mm,
Northeastern was on me tough.
that would have been
And I
crazy.
was, yeah, nah, they was on me tough, man. And but I ultimately decided just to go to UMass.
Ralph asks, what should a kid that's also dreaming of the NBA work on?
Work on it's a lifestyle, man. You gotta work on everything.
Mm,
Work on your body. It's a physical game, man. The NBA stands for no boys allowed. So you gotta work on your body. You have to be physically ready to play at that level. And you just gotta work on your game, man. It's just it's no joke out there. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. You're playing against some of the best athletes in the world
yeah,
in the NBA. You're playing against guys 7 feet that run the floor like a gazelle. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
these are all things that you got to take into account. You know what I mean? But overall, you got to work on your game, man. You got to really sharpen your game to a level that you know
the highest
not
level.
too many people are ahead of you.
Yeah. Another question from Rich. Want to get involved and help what you're doing, bro? Hit me and let's catch up. So that wasn't really a question. But shout out to him, man. Will Banger 22 AG, what was your favorite country overall?
Oh man, it, my favorite country. I tell people this all the time. I loved Israel, man. Israel was super dope. Um, people were like, "Really, Israel?" I'm like,
What
"Yeah,
was that like?
Israel."
Because that's a real spiritual, like, that's like a
Man,
holistic,
listen, dog.
like, that experience. I want to do that for sure.
Israel is fire, man. Like I'm telling you, it's Americanized over there. The food is crazy. They speak
The
English.
food?
What? Yo,
What they cooking
yo,
up, man?
man, they cooking up over there. All American stuff. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The
Okay.
nightlife, they playing all the same music in the clubs that we playing out here. They playing that over there too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's lit. Yeah,
Okay.
Israel's
Okay.
fire. Tel
Okay.
Aviv,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? All of them spots. Haifa, like, yeah.
Shout out to my boy T. He said right now, looking back, what would you tell your younger self? Do you regret anything on your journey? Hoop family.
Oh, T-Mobile. Oh, what up, bro? That's my guy right there,
Yeah, for
man. Shout out
sure.
to
That's the
T-Mobile, man.
dog.
Shout out. Yeah, man, definitely shout out to him, man. Shout out to iHoop, man. Um, Man, regretting. What do you say? Regret anything on the journey?
Yeah, and also,
I do. You know what I'm saying? I
and what
look
would you
back. Yeah, definitely. That's a good question, T. I look
say
back
to your
on
younger
things.
self?
I look back on things. Um, Especially once I got out of school earlier in my career. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was so focused on getting to the league. Like I had just had a big time senior year in college. Like I averaged close to 20 points a game. I was all conference, you know what I'm saying? I had got invited to PIT, which is Portsmouth Invitational. It's like the top 65 seniors in the country. Literally every single NBA team was there. Um Overseas teams was there, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
had worked out for a couple NBA teams. So me coming out of college, I was like, it's either NBA or nothing. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, and some people will be like, well, but that's really where my mindset was at. And you know what I'm saying? Even if I didn't get drafted, I was really trying to get in. But one thing that I would say that I regret is probably if I could do it all over again, honestly, and it was the same situation, same scenario,
Yep.
I would have gone overseas first rather than staying back here and playing in the D League.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
honestly, I would have went right overseas first, built my resume up off the rip, and really just you know what I'm saying, got situated because
Yeah.
it's a different game over there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about resume. It's all about what have you done for me lately? Like
Yeah.
and okay, you show me that you had a good season this year. All right, now your money's going to go up the next season.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Really a
so it's all
business.
about finding, yeah, it's a business. It's all about finding your niche overseas. It's all about really just getting into a good market that you can grow in, that they like you, that they like your style of play, and you get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like for
And his second question, then we'll get to the next question. His second question was, any advice to your younger self?
um man, I got a lot of advice to my younger self. Shoot. Nah, man, but honestly, I think that life, your life experiences shape you into, who you are.
Yep.
Um, I feel like my younger self, I tended to be, I didn't really fight through adversity. Like I feel
Mm.
like I could have been tougher at certain times in my life when I was younger, pretty
Yeah.
much. And you know what I'm saying? I had to go through some experiences in order for me to learn those lessons that, yo, we don't fold around here. We staying 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we, you know what I mean? Like we might go through a tough time. Something might happen. You know what I mean? Things might not be going our way, but we stay, you know what I mean? We continue to pray on it, and we just continue to just keep going, man. Keep pushing for real. The easy thing to do is to fold and give up.
And we'll get, it's something I want to ask you about after that relates to that. But let's get to the next question. What's some, shout out to LO Cool Chaz. What's something that stuck with you the most from your journey start to finish?
Something that stuck with me the most.
Yeah, in your journey from start to finish.
Um,
Maybe something someone said or something, or just something that stuck with you.
Man, I can honestly just say, like, just the mentality, man. Just that mentality you gotta have. You gotta be a savage if you want to go and get it. You gotta be relentless, man. Especially in this game of basketball, it's so competitive. There's so much talent, man. It's a very, very thin line. It's a very thin line between you and another player.
Mm-hmm.
So you really just gotta find ways to separate yourself, find ways to reach that next level, and
Yeah.
just continue to stay consistent with your work. Stay consistent, man. That's the biggest key. That's the biggest thing that stuck with me is really just keep working, regardless of what happens. Keep working, keep working, keep working. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my boy Sleep. Real quick before we get to that, my boy Bina, he said look at these joints
My
different.
guy
That's a
sleep.
fact though, for sure.
My guy sleep on the check in, man. Shout out my brother sleep, man. For real, that's my dog right there.
He got one, man. Sleep, man. We gotta talk too, boy. He said start bench cut. D Booker, Bill, and DeMar DeRozan. Start bench cut.
Damn. I'm starting. Sheesh. In this day and age, I might have to start D-Book. Bring Bill off the bench. I don't know. DeRozan. I don't know. Maybe his style. I don't know. I feel like his style of play with the up and down pace of the game these days. There's a bunch of shooters, man. I feel like the mid range is not as prevalent as it used to be. So yeah. I would have to go in that order. D-Book, Bill, or maybe D-Book and Bill could flip flop. But I like D-Book though, man. He's a bucket.
Nah, D-Book is tough.
He's tough. He's tough. But Bill's tough
shooters
too.
Always stick with shooters though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. For real. So they both put it up from the perimeter. So I definitely got to rock with them. But you know what I'm saying? DeRozan's legit too, though. You know what I mean? Like they all.
John said, "Who's the best player you ever played against?"
The best player I ever played against. I played against so many players. I went to camp with and played against Kevin Durant at camp. Wow. Yeah, that was probably one of the best players that I've played against. I played against a bunch of other guys on the circuit though, that are really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really talented. Remember, I played against North Carolina. They had a couple guys in their team.
So we're gonna close it out, man. I appreciate you, bro. I feel like this is an amazing conversation, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate everyone
definitely,
for tapping
man.
in with us. Any last words you kind of want to say to everyone? Oh, one thing I do want to bring up real quick, and then we'll close out. Ego. I know you talked about like fighting through. Do you think that has to deal with ego? And I'm not bringing this up in another conversation. I want to get people's outlook on that. But I feel like coming from the city and going through maybe a tough environment, stuff like that, you develop thick skin and you develop a non-tolerance for certain things. And that can develop also into your ego as well. And then that can have you not biting certain bullets that you probably should bite just for this certain time period to get you to that place you want to go. Did that ever kind of get into your mind? And what do you feel about ego, and can that prevent someone from their greatness though?
Absolutely. I definitely feel like the ego can, you know what I'm saying, prevent you from your greatness. But like I said, just going back to, you know, what I said earlier, like, man, it's all about just staying true to yourself, all about just staying grounded, man. And sometimes you gotta be able to take constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the main lessons that I learned from playing sports and playing for certain coaches was the ability to take constructive criticism and really just to listen to what people are saying, not how they're saying it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just being comfortable in your own skin, knowing regardless of what anyone else says, you know, I'm me. Yeah. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm me. I'm happy. You know, I'm doing something that I love.
Yep.
Man, I'm in my own race. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about anybody else but my own race. It's just me versus me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that's kind of the mentality that I had to develop, especially over the years. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in a small city like Boston, you know, it's not always love out here, man. Like it's it'd be a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of people, you gotta keep it 100.
A lot of people hate. A lot of people hate. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all I can do is just remain golden. You know what I mean? And all I can do is just continue to evolve as a person, as a man. Really just be the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? Stay true to myself and just stay grounded at all times, man, for real.
This thing about to shut off, bro. Last question. Best player you played against in Boston, real quick.
Best player I played against in Boston.
Yeah, ooh, during your time period.
During my era?
Yeah.
Man, we had some wolves in my era, man. We had shout out to my guy Farno, man. Farno was
shout out to Farno, man. I told him he had a rap, man. That's a guy definitely got to chop it up.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely, man. I see. Yep. Hey, man, listen. Don't forget, Yap just said Dana Ravin. Yo, Dana, man, listen, I got stories for days about Dana, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was definitely some wolves, just super talented guys in my era, man, that, you know what I'm saying? It was an era that you really just had to get gritty, man.
That's a fact.
For real. You had to get gritty and you had to go out there and get it because we really competed at a high level. We really loved this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
So I just want to get before it shut off. Man, I appreciate everyone for stopping in. This is not going to be the last time we do this, man. Friday Night Live. Please follow the Instagram, man, the afterhour.tv. AG, man, love you forever, bro. Appreciate
hey, man,
you,
love
bro.
you too, bro. For real, man. Much love, much respect to all of y'all. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, man. For real. After Hour TV, DDE, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, by the way, yo, that PSA y'all did was fire, too. For real.
Yo, bro,
that
appreciate it.
PSA was tough, yo.
I got an announcement for everybody in the top that we about to release. We gonna shake shit up, bro. We're gonna definitely shake
shit up. Man. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate everybody that checked in too,
Much
man.
love always,
yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna be in touch, all right?
Appreciate y'all.
All right, yes, sir.